Who want one last trip to the long trail?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In today's video, I want to talk about Lars. I have a comment here, a really long comment, and I do want to get to this as well, but just talking generally about the character and how it portrayed its depiction across Tekken 6, Tag 2, Tekken 7, and the little bit that we've been shown of Tekken 8. I think that Lars is another character that has so much potential, but I kind of understand why they're skewing it in a different direction. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's break it down. So one thing about Tekken 6 that a lot of people don't know or realize is in Tekken 6 is the one time where Jin was depicted as the villain, and you can see that they introduced Lars to make a clear and distinct hero. But when you're talking about the character Lars, people also did not like him as much. Yes, Lars was picked a lot in tournaments and stuff like that if you look at Evo, but that's more so because he was really powerful in that game. Kind of the same way how in Tekken 7, Claudio is very, very deadly. That's kind of just what they do. Whenever they add a new character into a game, it's their first time ever showing up, they have that first time buff. They're really strong. But then after, they become a lot weaker, and I know we're getting off topic, but I want to see how powerful Claudio is, Lucky Chloe is in the Tekken 8 if they do show up, right? Because Lars was very powerful in Tekken 6, but in Tekken 7, I would say he's not weak anymore. There could have been one point in time where he was weak, but Lars has gotten so many buffs to where this character cannot be considered weak anymore. A screw, a new rage art, wall tech, is so much damage. But in Tekken 6, he was the hero. He was the good guy. And then after seeing how much people did not like that character in Tekken 6, they sort of made him take a back seat in Tekken 7. Even though Tekken 7 was really focused on Heihachi and Kazuya, even Jin didn't get that much star time. The rare occasions where we did see Lars, he wasn't really doing anything. He wasn't really active as much. Violet Lei had more of a role in Tekken 7 than Lars did. I feel like now they're in this place of they don't know what to do with the character, because if we look at Tekken 8, skipping to Tekken 8 now, in the trailer for Tekken 8, what is he doing? We get one look at him and he's like, come on Jin, you can do this. And that is what I do not like about the character. I do not like that he's kind of this sidekick. Batman and Robin is kind of the comparisons that I would make. Jin is the one who's doing everything, coming up with the plans, he's the leader. And then Lars is kind of just following along. The reason why I, pitched the idea of Lars being killed off is because that would serve two purposes. One, it would give Jin so much more motivation. He would really have, because what does Jin and Kazuya have that really makes them at odds? Besides Kazuya being evil and Jin being kind of the good guy, they really never had anything that sort of intertwines and make those two rivals, quote unquote. So I think one, having Jin confirmed to kill Bruce in Tekken 6, that would make Kazuya upset because Bruce was Kazuya's bodyguard. But then you have Kazuya kill Jin, which is kind of Jin's friend, ally, family, whatever. So you would have those two both kill someone who's valuable to the other, and that would make those two more rivals. I really don't like that Lars is kind of a sidekick, because if you think about Lars too, he really has control of our whole entire faction, just like Violet. Right now in Tekken 8, Jin is the one who has nothing. I don't know if the Mishima Zaibatsu is destroyed along with Heihachi. I've seen some theories saying that, and I also see some theories saying that the Mishima Zaibatsu was sort of consumed by G Corporation and now it's all one. We do know for sure, because Michael Murray and Harada confirmed it, that G Corporation, they basically won the war. They are the ones who have control over the globe. That is literally what Michael Murray said, control over the globe. I have a comment here. We're going to skip to this comment because this comment is a long one, and you guys know I like big hefty chunks of content. And this is kind of going against the idea of them killing off Lars. Okay, so this first sentence here, they're basically saying Lars could be the one that sets Jin on the right path. And honestly, I think that Lars already did this, because In Tekken 6, Lars believed that Jin would be the one to, end the war. He's trying to summon the devil, and then after he would kill him, and then end the war. And in Tekken 7, Jin kind of wants to do that now. He wants to end it. He wants to, finalize everything. And in that, what does Lars do besides cheerlead at that point? Another thing too that was really fascinating about hearing Michael Murray and Harada talk, they said that Kazuya is kind of going sicko mode. He's unleashing everything because Heihachi is no longer there to keep him in check. That's very interesting. The reason why we never seen Kazuya lash out like this is because Heihachi was there to keep him in check. Even though Heihachi is just as evil, he always was there to equal him. And that could be the reason why we saw a lot of the battles take place in the Mishima dojo and stuff like that. That's because those two characters, they were trying to get past each other so they can continue on with their journey, their destiny, right? And I feel like one thing that Lars could be, I'll read the rest of this comment in just a second, but Lars, I feel like they really should try to push Lars to become the new Heihachi. And I'm not talking about like give him Heihachi's moves or something like that. I mean, make him what Heihachi was. This strong character who even without the devil gene, he can compete, he can combat them, he can stop them. They really should buff Lars and give him some autonomy and separate him from Jin. I honestly think it should go two ways. One, either the character should be killed, or two, he should betray Jin. Maybe Jin isn't doing what he wants, or maybe Jin is just doing something different. Maybe he's trying to pull another Azel where if I could create enough chaos, then I can do this. And Lars is like, bro, we've been there, done that. No way. And then those two characters, they sort of become rivals. Maybe Violet joins Lars, and together Violet and Lars, Lei and Lars, they equal the might of Heihachi. There's something like that could be interesting, but what we're seeing right now with him just cheerleading, I think it's not good. It's not good. Continuing with this quote, it says, or this question, here's a theory I'd like your thoughts on. We see the devil brand's Jin, but I don't remember a brand on Kazumi or Kazuya. However, there's one on Jun. Are we sure that it's the devil, or is it a sign of the devil's suppression with Kazama's bloodline? I probably just missed their marks, but I just thought it's weird that Jun and Jin both had tattoos on their upper arms. Thanks, keep up the videos. This is something that the live stream was also talking about. Even though this gets off the topic of Lars, I think this is still interesting. So in Tekken 3, in the intro, at the very end, you have a brief moment where there's a devil or some creature. They throw like some mist at Jin, it hits him, and then all of a sudden he has that brand, that marking. And everyone thinks it's like the mark of the devil gene, but really it could be some kind of suppression, because why does Jun Kazama have a very similar tattoo? Unknown has a similar tattoo. That would make sense for it to be some kind of suppression, because I don't think it could be the mark of the devil, because why doesn't Kazuya or Kazumi have one? Zafina has one. I really do like this idea of the devil gene. The devil gene has been getting so much more characters. Honestly, the devil gene has more characterization than most characters. Most characters in Tekken does not have this level of complexity to them. Even though it gets confusing at times, it's still so much there to unwrap and discover. And I hope in Tekken 8 they do that. I hope in Tekken 8 they give us a deeper look at not only the devil gene, tattoos, but also Lars. I think that Lars has to really step up, because he's a Mishima too. He's a Mishima too. So they really need to have him have his moment and step up to the plate. But I don't know, that's it. In this video, I just want to talk about Lars a little bit and just talk about how I think he's been depicted and how it's changed, right? You talk about Tekken 6, them not liking the story and all that stuff, and then them trying to course correct. But I feel like the direction we're heading for Lars right now is too boring. He has to do something, right? Be more active. But that's it. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.